on Ospreys TV debut. Welcome to the region, and thank you very much for giving up some time. What a busy week for you. Really, the first place to start with is how you're settling in, and how is life in Australia after the first week or so?
Yeah, I've been here for a couple of weeks now. I came over early, 13th of June, just to get a feel for the place, the environment, where we're going to live, and one thing and another. And I have to say it's been fantastic, overwhelming in terms of the welcome I've had. I'm really impressed with the area and the people.
Talk of the area, I understand you're already making firm friendships up in the valleys. I understand where you're going to be living?
Yeah, we're up in Llandarcy, and I have to say it's a fantastic place. Scenery, environment, the community, the people. As I say, the welcoming there in particular has been overwhelming. The blacksmiths helped me out, the people on the street stopping to say hello. My wife and I are really looking forward to it.
And you're already a regular in the rugby club to watch the Lions as well?
Yeah, I slid in last Saturday to watch the match and went out at half time to ring my brother. When I came back in, they were all introducing themselves to me. So yeah, really good people, and I have to say my wife and I are really looking forward to being part of the community up there.
Also, you talk about the welcome that you've had up in Llandarcy and around the region, and you're at Llandarcy. What was the actual attraction for coming here in the first place?
I think when you're an outsider involved in Northern Hemisphere rugby, and you look at the type of values that you want to be associated with as a coach, the type of player group, the ambition, the potential to really deliver on something. You look at teams like the Ospreys, and for me it was just a good fit. The coaches are looking at the potential of the player group, a potential we want to turn into performance pretty quickly. It really stood out there as a place where I wanted to be involved in, and the Ospreys have been successful over the years, and I know the ambition within the club and the area. It's outside of New Zealand, there's probably no bigger rugby culture that I'm aware of, and I want to be part of that. I want to experience that, and I want to be as good an Australian as I can possibly be.
Obviously, you bring with you bags of experience as a player, international rugby with Northampton, as a coach, obviously assistant coach to a Magnus League winning team at the Liberty Stadium, but we'll brush over that as quickly as we can.
It's a while ago now.
Obviously with the IRFU and then back at us the last few years. But what do you think you're going to bring to the environment yourself?
I think some of that experience, obviously, an experience of working with players. When you get a little bit older in life, you realise that you don't have to be the font of all knowledge. I want to coach through coaches, coach through players, and really pass on my knowledge, but also that ambition to keep moving forward, to keep getting better, to ensure that as a group that we're not just learning through experience, we're learning through performance, we're learning through winning, and we build that and grow that culture that the Australians already have.
You've had your boots on already, you've been out to the training pitch doing some work with the boys. It looked a pretty gruelling session for some of them so early in pre-season, pretty tough physically. How do you think it went? Yeah,
it's early days, but the atmosphere between player coach is very good. I'm a new face on the block, I suppose. There's a bit of sounding out, but I've been really impressed with the boys, whether they're young or whether they're more experienced, like Paul James and Bradley Davies. Been exceptionally impressed with their appetite for work. Young Lloyd Ashley, real good eye for the game and a real hunger to improve. So as I say, it's early days, but we seem to be on a similar page. I've tasked the boys with certain aspects of our game where I want their views on what we want to keep, what we want to make better. And I'm coming into a group that got to the semi-finals last year. They weren't far away from getting to that championship game. Obviously, like all teams, you're trying to improve on previous year's performances. You're looking at the aspects of your game that are very good and trying to build on those and eradicate your weaknesses within the game, or your perceived weaknesses within the game. So, the boys have come back with the things that were good that we want to make better, and the things that maybe weren't as good that we really need to drill home. And you know, if we can get that leadership and that ownership from the player group, along with us as coaches, challenging and facilitating that ambition, we'll be in a good place.
And you must be pretty excited. It's a double-sided challenge, perhaps, when you're working as a coach of the Ospreys, but you've got this group of players you're in now. But to come back over the coming weeks and months, there's a host of very experienced, top-quality international forwards who've been with the Lions, with Wales, but even down to the Wales in a 20 squad, where you've got the likes of Will Jones and Will Griffiths to come in, who were the 18s and 20s national captains this year. So it's something not just developing youngsters, but working with top players.
I like it's fantastic range and fantastic representation from the Ospreys. And as you say, yeah, it's hugely exciting. I've had some conversations with Alan Wynne already, and all the boys out there, you know, they represent themselves and the club tremendously. It's a great opportunity for the boys at the moment to embed some really good behaviours in what we're about. You know, to build on that honesty, to build on the culture, to build on that ambition, so that when those quality players come back, they add to that and they slot in seamlessly.
And without wanting to give too much away, because you've probably got a lot of secrets and trade secrets and tricks up your sleeve you want to keep to yourself for now. But where do you see you having the most impact over the kind of weeks and months and seasons? You know, what do you think you're going to do? What do you want to do with this group of players?
Well, obviously, I'm here primarily to responsibility for the forwards. So when you strip that down, ultimately it's about our scrum, it's about our line out, it's about the aspects of that in terms of the quality of ball that we provide, the quality of ball that we prevent the opposition from getting. So those are the big areas for me, and big areas for the player group. They've identified that themselves. We know the challenges that lie ahead, and when you get to those knockout stages of the Pro 12, when you look at our European group, you know, the successful teams, and we're going to play 3 of them, have got tremendous set pieces. So we need to become proficient there. We need to ensure that, you know, the quality of ball that we provide to our back line, the quality of ball that we provide for our team attack is right up there with the top stats in Europe. And there's no better team to benchmark yourself against than Saracens, having gone 2 in a row within Europe. So, you know, that's hugely exciting as well. I have to say, you know, if you look at the players that we have in this squad, there's absolutely no reason why they can't be turning that potential into performance. No one's saying it's going to be easy, but we start now. You know, we don't train and then pick up the reins and start playing games. We're preparing to perform now, and that's the bottom line. So that when we're on the pitch, and the sessions are quite succinct, when we're on the pitch, we're good about our business, and we go away and we enjoy each other's company, and we come back in the next day and we build on that. And from what I've seen, and it's only been a couple of days, there's a good ambition about the group, and there's a real willingness to go to another level.